between the Buffalo Bills and the Las Vegas Raiders. First game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Raiders had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. Now, they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Bills, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw his Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 12-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field. And a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On play action, now Carr. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. Caught on the right side by Adams. Touchdown Raiders. Davante Adams. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. His kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Cook again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that would be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he only manages a couple here, now to about the 38-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Counter play with Jacobs. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On first down, Allen escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out to get it up past the 45. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Cook up the gut. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now they'll throw with Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Down at the 35, it'll be second down. On second down, Cook. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
They run it again with Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Allen. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the first down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver's taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
You're mine.
Another try after the first down sack. Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, Allen. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. this one is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Hunter Nice-Swanner on a punt now on 4th down. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there at 22.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd and very short, Carr. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Again, it's Cook. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Bills are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And the Bills have recovered.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
The kick by Bass is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining.
And I think the ball's out, and the Raiders pick it up.
And great effort. Does he get burned for that in film? He fought through some tackles. End result of a fumble.
It's going to be one of those situations.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Able to hang on to the ball this time, and in the process picks up the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And down he goes. Brought down, a Raiders sack. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Allen. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And it's fielded at the 34. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 103 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now they'll throw with Carr. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills will take over here just shy of the 30.
All right, let's go ahead and just add it up here. Their last 3 drives, 2 fumbles and an interception. Somewhere, to paraphrase one of the great coaches of the NFL, they're asking on that sideline, what the heck is going on out there?
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On play action, Allen. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's McKenzie. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's going to have a Bills 1st down. His good running gets him to about the 44. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Cook again. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 71 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To the air. Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. On play action, it's Carr. Dancing to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And award that sack to Boogie Basham.
Well, every now and then you just absolutely outguess yourself. 3rd and inches, and they decide not to run the ball. You end up seeing the end result.
The end result was not good. They elect to pass, and it backfires. So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson. This will get the lead up to 7. The kick by Carlson is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Allen off the play fake. On the move to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Allen. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 148 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And room there to work it inside the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. That'll go as a pickup of 8. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes at that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. Carlson able to put this one through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor. For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Allen. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Jacobs going to try the middle.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's probably running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Las Vegas,
they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for Buffalo,